Welcome back to the channel, and something different this week. We are doing some Middle-earth strategy battle games because we watched Rings of Power and we're inspired. Though to be fair, we arranged this game long before that was on. Anyway, today will be 500 points per side. It's going to be me commanding the Men of Gondor against Christian with Isengard. The lighting in here is awful, but hey, you can't see my bad paint jobs. Anyway, leading my force is Aragorn, King Alessa, and his warband consists of a warrior with horn. That would be 9 warriors with sword and shield and 8 with spear and shield. And my second warband is Beregond with 6 warriors all carrying bows.
Okay, here's my army for today. So I have Saruman, and his warband is 9 Uruk-hai warriors with pikes and swords, 8 Uruk-hai warriors with swords and shields, an Uruk-hai troll with sword and shield, and then as an independent hero I have Grima Wormtongue.
Right, we are going to draw from the mission cards. One more shuffle. The mission we are playing today is Seize the Prize. I won the role for determining deployment and I chose this table edge. I started by deploying Beregond's warband there. Then Isengard responded by putting everything there. So obviously I had to put my warband there, and then he shoved the traitor right in front of me to be really annoying. Okay, let us roll for priority. I am rolling a 3 and you're rolling a 3. Let's try again. I got a 3 again. You got a 4. You win! Right, so let's start with turn 1.
Right, so I can't do any heroic actions this turn.
I, however, will be calling a heroic march.
Okay, that's this group's movement, just moved up 6 inches. And Grima just moved back there.
Aragorn's group piled forwards, avoiding the traitor in the midst. And Beregond's group jumped down and moved forward a little bit. Right, there was no shooting, no fighting. Let's move into the second turn. Rolling for priority. I got a 6. Can't see what you got. Right, I will have priority this phase. Neither of us are declaring any heroic actions this phase, so I'll get straight to my movement. I am not declaring any heroic actions this turn.
I will be doing heroic channeling with Saruman.
Okay, let's get moving. This group here have moved up, we're surrounding the objective, and those guys advanced up.
Okay, so my movement phase, everyone moved around. Saruman did attempt to cast a spell, but Aragorn dispelled it. So the troll moved up to fight, everybody else just moved up. And Grima just moved up there. Okay, so this fight here, the troll actually won, and I did 1 wound to Aragorn in total. That's the end of the turn. Okay, so at the start of this turn, Saruman used his Palantir to get the priority, and I'm going to do heroic channeling.
Whereas I'm not going to spend any heroic actions.
Okay, so this time Saruman tried to cast Immobilize, but failed. Aragorn resisted it.
It should be noted that Aragorn has now got no will points left.
Yeah, so for the rest of the movements, these guys moved into fight over here, the troll moved into fights, they all moved into fights, and half of the pikes also moved into fights. And Grima's just sort of there.
So it's getting a bit messy here. People moved up and got into combat. I'll go through who's in combat with whom in a second. And they just moved up their full distance, so no shooting this turn. So what we got in combat wise. Aragorn is against a troll and 3 Uruk-hai. Then we've got these two against that one. That one against that one. That one against that one.
These three.
Those three, yeah. And these two against those three. Ooh. Okay.
Right, so this combat here, I managed to do 1 wound to Aragorn in total, and Aragorn did nothing to me. So, fights. This fight here, I got pushed back, but they failed to wound. This fight here, I pushed them back and killed them. This fight here, I killed one guy. This fight here, Aragorn just got pushed back. This fight here, they got pushed back, but nobody died. And this fight here, they killed one of mine. Anything else at the end of the turn?
No, that is it.
Okay.
Let's roll for priority for the next turn. I got 3.
I got a 6.
Okay.
Okay, so at the beginning of this turn, I'm doing heroic channeling, and the Gondor force is doing nothing. Okay, so at the start of my movement, Saruman cast Flame Burst, and as it was channeled, I set Aragorn ablaze. I failed to do any wounds, though. These three all grouped up. These guys charged up there. The troll charged Aragorn, and they split off there.
I shuffled over a bit, still unable to shoot because there's far too many friendlies. And over here, we moved around, so we've got a fight there. They went in with the troll, helping Aragorn. Aragorn is unfortunately trapped should I lose a fight, so yeah. Yes. Oh, you know what? I didn't move that guy. Now he's not trapped. Okay. Then fights there and fights there. Okay, fight phase.
Okay, so at the start of the combat phase, Aragorn is using a heroic strike. Okay, fight starting from left to right. So here, these two killed the Uruk. Those two won, but the Uruk survived. Troll pushed them back, killed one of them. Aragorn killed the guy he was in combat with. This fight, the Gondorian won, but the Uruk survived. Again, the Gondorian won, but the Uruk survived. And these 3 fights here, they were all 3 against 1, and they all resulted in the Gondorians dying. That's the end of the turn.
I'll roll for the guy in contact with me.
Yes. 4+.
No, still not.
Right, priority for next turn.
5.
1.
I get it. Woohoo! For my movement, I've got Aragorn in combat with the troll. Then a bunch of warriors there, stopping anyone else getting to Aragorn. Same there. Those two are heavily outnumbered, but hey. The Warhorn is just there, doing its Warhorny stuff. They still can't shoot, so I just move them forward a little bit.
So my movement, Saruman used command to move that spear guy over there. Then the 2 groups of pikes moved up to engage him. And then this one guy here just moved up to engage that guy.
So outcome of the fights, Aragorn caused a wound on the troll, and with the other fights, I lost 3 warriors, and Isengard lost 1 Uruk-hai. I'm now going to roll the dice to see if I can pick up that object. Still no. Right, priority. There's a 4 for me and a 6, so Isengard have priority.
Right, so movement-wise, Saruman started by using command on this spear guy here to move him off the objective and into combat with him. Then the pikes moved up there in groups of 2 to attack those 2 guys, that guy and that guy. They re-engaged them, and then the troll moved up to Aragorn. And then the bow guys didn't move. Fighting. So for the shooting phase, those bow people, they all shot at Saruman, but they failed to do any wounds. So I started off with the troll in the fight phase, and I managed to kill Aragorn. So the rest of the fights, this fight ended with that Uruk-hai dying. Nobody died in this fight. These 3 fights, these 2 of the 3 fights here, I killed them. The other one I won, but he was just pushed away. And these 2 fights up here, I won and killed both of them.
Right, so is anybody on the objective?
Yes, 2 of my guys are.
So you can attempt to pick it
Do I
up.
make 2 attempts?
No, just one attempt.
No.
No. And let's roll for priority for the next turn. 3.
5.
Okay, priority to Isengard again.
Okay, so my movement, Saruman stayed where he is, the troll stayed where he is so he can do a shooting attack. Saruman did try to cast command on Baragon, but he resisted. Movement-wise, everything's sort of divided up like this, with 4 guys in combat with him, 2 guys each in combat with them, 2 guys with combat with him, and 1 guy in combat with him, and him next to the objective. So in the Gondorian movement phase, Baragon passed his courage check, and because of stand fast, everyone around him passed, and then these guys didn't need to activate. Shooting. So the troll sort of bowled his stone, and it ran over one of my guys and killed them.
A little group of archers all shot at Saruman. I managed to cause 1 wound on him.
So, fights. Over here, nobody won this fight, but they got pushed back. These 2 fights I killed the Gondorians, and this fight I killed the Gondorian. Rolling to see if that guy picks up the objective. He does not. Then rolling for priority.
A 3.
A 2.
Hey, I get it.
Right, so in my move phase, Saruman used command on Baragon, and I just moved him around there to be inconvenient. And then these 2 guys here, they've got 3 pikes each in combat with them, and everyone else moved up apart from him. Okay, so in the shooting phase, the troll moved so it couldn't do anything. Baragon shot the troll but failed to wound, and these guys all shot Saruman, but the troll was in the way, and they all hit the troll, and then they all failed to wound the troll. On to combat. So in the fight phase, this fight here, the Gondorian won and killed one of mine, and the other fight I won and killed the Gondorian. That's the end of the turn. Okay, rolling to see if I can pick up the objective, and I don't.
And priority, a 1.
A 2.
You win again.
Okay, so my movements, this guy stayed where he is, these guys moved up a little, and then I got 7 of my pikes into combat with this guy, who if I kill, I win the game. So this group fired again, and again failed to do any wounds to either Saruman or the troll that they accidentally hit. Fighting. Okay, so I killed this guy. I don't win the game immediately, but the game does end. We'll be back with points in a bit. Okay, so at the end of the game, the Gondorians get 1 victory point for doing a wound on Saruman, and I get 2 for killing Aragorn, and 2 for being broken, for the other side being broken and me not being broken, which leaves the Uruk-hai to victory 4-1.
Curse you. Next time, Saruman.